Yeah, it was mentioned before even Zamasu died. That's
that's
when they went to the planet. I think it's the past, right, where Goku Black came from, the present, then there's the future, right, where or the parallel world where Trunks is existing.
Oh,
then I do believe there's another timeline where actually Trunks, where Cell killed Trunks or something like that. I don't remember which. Yeah. So that would be the fourth.
But they're not going to go back to using the time rings at all. I mean, that's just over and done.
Yeah, like that's an over thing. They'll just put that away and like.
I mean,
do you guys think we're going to see Trunks again?
You gotta admit, it was good.
There should be no reason to ever see that kid.
Guys, they should bring back Raikon.
There is no fucking reason to ever see that kid ever again.
Because I'm kind of sick of Trunks.
He settled everything. Like, what the fuck are you gonna come back like asking for help again? Like that would just blow my mind.
I mean, like,
and remember, like he violated the rules. Like even Whis was like, "Yo, gods don't even time travel. Like, what are you doing?"
Right. Well, for all we know, he could, there could be another threat.
Oh god, yeah, no, dude, he has Super Saiyan Rage now. He should be fine, bro.
Yeah, he should be fine with that.
Who's he gonna fight? Like,
we should talk about guys.
He's gonna freaking fight Zamasu 2, Zamasu 2.0.
We should talk about something that Daz just mentioned. I think I talked about it with Alex before. Future Trunks should have just stayed in our timeline, and I said that there's a reason why he wasn't going to stay in our timeline because they had to make room for the female Broly. So if you look at the concept for what Future Trunks is, his new Super Saiyan Rage technique, and you compare it to the actual what the female Broly is and the new scans that we got of her, we see her in base form, then we see her in the legendary Super Saiyan form, but then we got another scan that shows her in like a more balanced and a controlled form of it, right? Like maybe just before she powers up, kind of like what Broly did in the movie. And we know Broly was based off of where Trunks came from, right? The design and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So now they had to get rid of Trunks, so that way the Super Saiyan Rage didn't contrast or look too identical to the concept of what female Broly was in the Tournament of Power. So they had to get rid of him because the similarities are way too close in terms of design, and to make room for her. Hence why she was actually finally introduced. The scans were introduced right after Trunks was put back into another timeline.
So Emos cost. So let me.
I mean, what about the manga? What if they do something different with the manga?
She just gave me something. So you mean cough cough female Trunks cough cough?
Right.
Oh hell no.
Female Trunks.
God, no.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
No.
I know I'm messing with you. I'm messing with
titties, bro. We already got Broly with titties, bro. That's the last
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Freaking female Goku snacks, dude.
No, but I'm saying when you look at the actual how Trunks transforms, now every time he goes into Super Saiyan Rage, he bulks up, comes back down, then his eyes are stabilized again. You can see his eyes again. With the same.
But it's like Super Saiyan
transformation.
But Super Saiyan Rage hasn't been introduced into the manga, so for all we know, Toyotaro could do something different. He might keep Trunks in the timeline.
It's all about toys. It's all about money. If they can do it, if they can make the profit, they'll keep doing it. But like I don't know. My only complaint was they never really put any like time into like developing like well-designed characters in a way. I mean, they're very simplistic. That's what Dragon Ball has always been about. But like some of the community members that are on DeviantArt and stuff, like people create really like interesting designs and stuff.
General chat.
Oh, I see it.
Damn.
But that's why I also see when it comes to the design, because I'm gonna tell you, who else besides me was seeing a Vegeta with armor coming? Who else was thought that was gonna happen? A Vegeta with armor?
Nah, because it didn't happen in the Boost saga when Vegeta was wearing his armor.
When it came to the fusion, like when Vegeta was wearing his armor, who thought that Vegeta was gonna wear armor?
I kind of thought that didn't really make sense when like he was wearing that same outfit, but I'm like, Vegeta was wearing armor. They should have took that into consideration.
But you see what I mean?
There is a possible chance they may bring him back, or he might come back, but I don't know. That's a little iffy.
I don't know, man. I mean, this just might be me being a fanboy, but I want Gogeta. I want
all right, let me ask you, because a lot of people want him. Why him? Like, why him over Vegeta is my question.
Because, I mean, to be honest, Gogeta, there's just, just the way that he was introduced in the Janemba movie. It's just, his overall appearance, how he acted. Yeah, he may be different in the, GT saga, but gotta think GT's not canon.
But he looks no different than Gotenks, and his attitude's no different than Vegito in the anime. Because in the anime, everyone's like, "Oh, Vegito didn't really." He went hard in the anime though, despite not killing Zamasu. He if you paid attention in the fight from the beginning, Vegito was cocky, and then once the fight dragged on, he was serious because Remember when he used the instant transmission, the final Kamehameha, he was going to punch him in the face? Vegito was really serious, and then all of a sudden he snapped out of it. So what's the difference between that and seeing Gogeta? It's like, it's the same person, but like, their attitude is also the same. You don't know if Gogeta could have been playful at first, and then have to fight serious after.
I want movie.
Well, I mean, you are, for all we know, like, if that's the case, then what's the difference between the Metamorise fusion and the Potara fusion? If they're basically the same person.
It's the way the power
exactly. So, if Potara is stronger, I think, personally, Gogeta would, know that.
We just
power has limits, and that he has to end, the fight then and there.
Potara is the better form of fusion.
Because it's more efficient.
I understand that. I'm just saying it's because that the Potara is the better fusion.
I mean, you do know that some people will argue and say that's not true. It was never confirmed anywhere that the Potaras are stronger. Some people will argue against that with you guys.
Okay, so let's break it down in a way where it makes sense. Okay, so according to Super, since we're in Super now, and now that the Potara fusion is actually has a time limit placed on it, it's only meant for Kaioshin. You can actually scale it down now because it's not originally meant for anyone else other than a Kaioshin. So now, based on that, you can actually just scale it down now, and now a Vegeta versus Gogeta battle would actually make sense, but only if you give them the same exact playing field. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do that,
you got to think. Look at Vegito Blue. Like, he didn't even last over 3 minutes.
5 minutes.
Like, just how long would Gogeta last? And that's why I don't think if they were to fight, they wouldn't be able to use those forms because it just takes up way too much power.
Well, that too, but that was because they wanted to make room for Trunks. That's pretty much what it was.
Oh,
yeah, that was pretty much his little story.
Right.
Which kind of annoyed me.
What if Goku gets another kid in role? Can you imagine that? Goku gets a female.
Hell no.
Kind of balance. Vegeta gets a daughter. Now Goku has daughters, so they can when they get older.
No.
Am I hearing about Vegeta?
How old is Goku at this point?
What's this guy doing?
He's
around 50 years old.
Goku's like in his late 40s, probably mid-40s, late 40s.
So Chi-Chi's probably hitting menopause by now.
I love Vegeta.
Counting the time
he's
he's been in
character of the Dragon Ball series.
First of all, I don't know how freaking Bulma could have a kid at in her
Hey, Amos, you know something funny?
40s? Like,
Amos, you know something funny? When I first heard your voice, the first time I heard your voice, I actually thought that you probably had a haircut straightened down and stuff instead. That's all what you actually look like.
Well, you thought he was like a white emo?
No, like not that, not white emo, but like military cut
old
hair.
school. Oh, some old school.
Okay, but
really?
I got a question for you guys. If you were to, introduce fusion, whether it be Potara or Metamorise, in this arc, how would you make it go down? Like, just how would it all fit into place? Because like, what type of threat would there be? Just for how long would the fusion last? And just, why would they be there in the first place?
Okay, I got two scenarios for you. All right, so just to answer, there's two scenarios. One scenario is Goku and Vegeta using Potara not being aware of what the time limit is, right? Versus Gogeta. The reason Gogeta is a more efficient fighter than Vegito, I'm not saying he's stronger, I'm saying he's a better fighter. The reason I'm saying that is because they go into the Metamorise fusion with that thought in mind already, that, okay, we only have 30 minutes to do this, and probably a lot less than that. So it's because of that thinking that they're going to finish the job a lot more quickly than Vegito could. Vegito's problem, they go into this fusion thinking, all right, well, it's permanent, so let's just have some fun. Guess what? They defuse and they get wrecked. That's the problem. Second scenario is if Vegito goes to the fusion with that thought in mind that, okay, we now know about the Potara limitations, right? So then I think that alone, everything changes there. So even if you gave Gogeta Super Saiyan Blue, everything there just changes now because Vegito is aware of it. And because Vegito is such a powerhouse, it all comes down to who is the better fighter overall. That's what it comes down to.
Well, remember in the, Black Arc, like Kawasu said that, the reason why their fusion, didn't last as long when they fought Buu was because they weren't Kaioshin. So they had already known that, okay, because
but the final Kamehameha did it even worse because once they did that, they blew right through it.
And so for all we know, Vegito, he just might get cocky again and just might not take things seriously. Even if he does, know that, okay, this opponent is extremely strong, obviously he's going to have so much confidence in himself that he might be blinded by his, his own confidence or, power.
Are we
I don't
taking
know.
GT into consideration?
No, no.
No. Okay, good. Because in GT, Gogeta was cocky, so I'm just like.
I mean,
the only reason,
seeing how
the
he
only
fought
reason
in the chat
Gogeta
right
was-
there, seeing how serious his demeanor
Right.
was, I mean, he was, like I said, he was playful in the beginning, but as you can see, he turned it up after, like, there was no fucking chance. But as much damage as he did, Zamasu he can't die. So it made sense to put Vegito up against someone who can't die, despite how strong you may be.
He was playing with Zamasu in Manga.
Well, I'm saying, but if they ever need to use fusion again, right? I think Vegeta would be more inclined to do the dance or the earrings because I mean that's not permanent, yes, but I don't know. I think more inclined to do the dance and the earrings. Unless they have a spare pair of earrings in their pocket or Kaioshin's with them the entire damn time. I think Gogeta would be more likely.
And remember, like that fusion shit creates a whole new being. So yeah, it takes up both their personalities, but at the end of the day, I think it does. It'll be hard to have them fight a Super Saiyan Blues because one's gonna defuse first and the other one's gonna go right after. So I think like to have him fight fairly, it has to be like in base form or Super Saiyan because if you turn it up to blue, man, that shit's gonna burn right through. Similar to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, look what happened. He was gonna use the Big Bang Kamehameha and he just split.
Yeah, and the unfortunate reality is that
and the exact
I don't think that's why you split Alex, but okay.
The same thing happened in the manga. Ironically enough, Vegito's about to use his final move and he separates. Gogeta does the Big Bang, separates.
Why well, wait, hold on. What about the World of Void? Because for all we know, there's no time limit.
Yeah, but the World of Void can also be a place where there is, no inhabitants or planets or things to get in the way or time. That doesn't mean like your abilities can last forever. It can be a place where there's just nothing black. Like you can just do whatever you want. It doesn't have to have an effect on your body. It can just be a place where there's just nothing there. You can just do whatever you want.
Right. All right. Yeah. I understand.
Who knows? I mean, it's a very touchy thing. It's
yeah.
You guys,
why how
do we know that? Okay, well,
you guys know a lot about the Dragon Ball series now, do ya?
Okay, well, see, how do we know that Gogeta, right? Well, for instance, right? Okay, like Vegeta, okay, I get the earrings, right? Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta was too much for the earrings to take, but how do we know that Gogeta, right? He won't actually last 30 minutes because it's different fusion technique.
Even though it's a different fusion technique, the power input, like the power input and the amount of energy they're pouring out of their bodies when in that form together, it's just too much, bro.
Well, I mean, look at Gogeta. He finished Janemba up in one attack.
But everyone always keeps going back to Gogeta when he did that. I mean, that's a movie. Obviously enough, if it was an arc, we probably would have had a different situation. They probably would have beat the fuck out of Janemba and then they defused. What if that happened? But we're going based on a movie. If you had a movie about Vegito, I can bet my left nut Vegito's gonna kill him. They're not gonna just introduce him just to defuse him. That's the difference between Vegito and Gogeta. Vegito had his own little saga with Boo. Gogeta didn't.
Right.
Gogeta had a movie, bro. It was expected for him to fucking kill him off. Because what would be the point of introducing Gogeta and then just have him fucking separate? What? In a movie? Like, why?
I guess so, man. I guess so. I don't know, man.
I mean, but the only thing is, like, now there is no clear-cut difference between the Potara and the Metamaries because, like, they both run on timers. But the only difference is it's like it boils down to who has better techniques, who would be able to maintain key control quicker than the other, and take it from there. It's a very touchy thing.
To me, it just seems like Gogeta would be more convenient, like I said, because you have to carry out earrings with it. The dance, you can just dance and fuse, and they go. And plus, see the earrings are right. Like once you separate, you can't use them again, can you? Because they don't refuse together. So the dance is you do that multiple times.
Okay. Well, no, the dance you have to wait an hour, I think, right? Because remember, Goten and Trunks couldn't do it. They couldn't do it when they fought Boo. They had to wait like a few minutes to do it.
They had to wait 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes to get back into it. So the Potara, I don't know. Maybe if you clip it back on, you can go back into it.
Well, the Metamaries fusion, for all we know, the Metamaries could have improved the technique, improved it to where it could be more efficient. Because Goku hasn't seen the Metamaries in years.
Well, no, but if you go back to I know it's a movie, like Alex was saying, about Gogeta and Janemba, right? But remember, they fought the fusion at least twice, and they they survived. I mean, like the earrings, like when they were fighting, Merge Monsters, right? When they defuse, they still one of the earrings in the same ears that fuse you, so they didn't reconnect back to each other. So that's my point. To me, it seems like like longevity, Gogeta makes more sense than Vegito.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, it all comes down to overall power and who's gonna go in hard first. Because you know, with Vegito, even if he does go in hard, you know, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito will just defuse in like a few minutes. And with Gogeta, yeah, like he may, you know, take things more seriously. He might be more efficient, but we don't know his overall, you know, complete personality. Because like Unreal said, what's the actual difference? Because you know, Gogeta and you know GT was cocky, Vegito's cocky. You know, they're essentially the same person.
That's not exactly true. Gogeta and GT was acting that way because he had to. He had to find a way to purify the Earth of its evil energy. And he did that by using Omega's own attack. Right after he did that, he went in for the kill on Omega, but defused.
Right. So he was goading Omega to actually do that.
Yes.
Is what you're trying to say. Alright, yeah. I can understand that. Oh boy, man. I don't know. It's too much.
I actually, the first time I ever said that was on Alex's everything wrong with GT video. Every point he makes in that, I rebut somehow. Like, he said, Vegeta cheat, the whole thing about Vegeta cheating. Alex, would you like to go over that point?
Yeah, that was against Vegeta's character. Why would he ever fucking agree to? That was the only confliction from Z to GT. It's like in Z he worked hard and he always wanted to do it his way. But now it's like, I get it. Yeah, he had to do what he had to do. But the way they went about it, it was like Bulma was like, hey, you want to use blood swaves or whatever, and he was like, let's do it. Like, when did Vegeta ever agree to ever ask help or receive help from, you know, an outside person, like someone who isn't a part of like that training circle? It's like for Bulma to come in there with those blood swaves, it diminished his character. It's like, why couldn't he just? I mean, I'm not saying why couldn't he do what Goku did. He could have done that in essence, but it just kind of took away from his character in a way, just for him to.
That wasn't really the point you were trying to make in the video. In the video, you said he cheated.
He did. That's cheating. He didn't cheat naturally.
He didn't really cheat to get Super Saiyan 4, if you think, because to obtain Super Saiyan 4, he didn't have a tail, but he used blood swaves and still became a Golden Grade Ape and regained control of himself.
Goku didn't have a tail, but they forced it out, and he did what he had to do.
And became a Super Saiyan 4. And if Vegeta cheated to get Super Saiyan 4, so did Goku. Because Goku didn't do it the right way either. He used the Earth. He used the Earth to get those blood swaves, not the moon.
Right, but Goku does have Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta doesn't. So even though, you know, they may have used some similar, I guess, options to get to Super Saiyan 4, Vegeta still doesn't have Super Saiyan 3.